Good morning, friends. I did it. I did it. It's me, Cynthia with Knits by Cyn. Thank you for joining me again. Today is day 5 of Tour de Fleece and Tour de Weave. So I decided not to play musical spindles. And one thing I did notice with this spindle, when I had all the wool, the yarn spun on it, is that it didn't actually go all the way out to the brim. I don't know if you can see that there's an indentation there. So the wool or the yarn at that point, I think came to about the end of the indentation. So then I was thinking, well, the base of this is about the same diameter. This just has an extra like lip, so I could put more on here. So instead of playing musical spindles with taking this off and putting it on a bobbin to put it back onto this spindle, I just took a chance and said, let's make it fit. I had to go up the shaft, which is perfectly fine, and I did it. I got all of the other half of the first batch of wool that I spun onto the second bobbin, and now it's time to put it, second spindle, excuse me. Now it's time to put it on a second bobbin. All right, so again, these are, e-spinner bobbins. I don't know what the brand name. It looks like these are actually from Dreamy Robots, but I didn't order them from Dreamy Robots. I don't know. Doesn't really matter. Okie dokie. So I have to adjust my camera here a little bit. I use this is my pretty kick spindle. I actually had stained it. I just painted the top like a supposed to be a cornflower blue, but whatever. Not exactly. And this is gonna be backwards, but it's bobbinexchange.com. And I noticed, like, from the time I got my kick spindle, which was last fall sometime, after I started spinning. So yeah, like between November and December, I think somewhere around there. And now I think maybe the price of this went up maybe $10. And I say that because a lot of things are just skyrocketing that don't necessarily have to. I don't know. But I feel like they haven't skyrocketed their prices. I actually saw a kick spindle, a different brand. I mean, obviously wood and all those things, craftsmanship, and this is good craftsmanship to me. It looks great. I love it. Those things do matter, but I literally saw one that was $800. I'm like, why? Why are you $800? Anyway, I like mine. It's really nice. I got it because a friend of mine actually has one, and we have the exact same one because I just preferred the cornflower engravement over the other ones. I think there's like 3 different engravements, 2 or 3, I forget. Anyway, so, and she stained her, she did this, like, hers looks like a steampunk type of theme. How she did hers, it looks amazing, but she's good like that. She's very artsy like that. So anyway, I digress. I went down that rabbit hole. Sorry. All right, so I'm gonna put my bobbin on here. Actually, first I'm going to get my thing set up so you cannot see my cart. Let me make some adjustments here. Let's move the wheel, move my cart. Come on. Oh, there we go. I think you can see that now. Yes, it is in view. Usually I'm in here. This is what I deemed my spinning room and yarn storage room for the most part, but there's also yarn over there too. And I usually am in here, and when I use my spindles, I put them on here, and I got these, I don't know what it's called, but the thing turns. And I discovered that when I was using, oh, it's downstairs. You know, the arm strap for the yarn holder that can spin while you're knitting or crocheting or whatever. That's where I got this idea, like, oh, let me just get some more of these and I can put them on this, you know, crafty storage bin thing. I got this from Michael's a while ago, and I got the one that was, I think this one was $30 because it has the extra shelving and some extra parts to it. I'm glad I got that one because I didn't know at the time when I got it I was gonna need it. You know, this would come in handy, so it worked out great. Let me move my chair. My dog is sitting like right down here. You may have seen him with a little close up of his face. This is yesterday's. Put that up there, out of the way. And just hang that there on a hook. All right. Let's see. Okay, so, yep. Just want to make sure you don't need to actually look at me per se. Ah! Sorry, I hope you're okay. I'm laughing because my watch will sometimes tell me, we've detected a fall. And I did not fall. I'm like, why are you saying I fell? So weird. And then the thing is that if I fall, it's like, would it tell me that I fell? Or would you just like, oh no, she's standing, she's good. I hope I never find out. Anyway, so just put my, oh, you can't see because now I got it a little too close. So just put the bobbin, oops, slide it on. Come on, there you go, slide it on there. Actually, it's one thing I need to do. See if I can tighten this to stop flopping all over the place. My tripod. I don't want to make it too tight because when I had my e-spinner, I had, you know, put the bobbin together and I had it on there so tight, which I did not mean to do. I could never get it off. And so when I sold it like that. It's like, yeah, there you go. And then I'm just going to spin the wheel and it's just going to keep spinning. I came up with this little hack. Oh gosh, I don't remember. It's been a few months when I was trying to figure out like, okay, what's the easiest way to get the yarn off the bobbins, off the, you know, I keep saying off the bobbins, off the spindle, without having to do it manually the entire time. And then that's when I came up with this whole idea. And I do have, do I have it up there? Yeah. This thing, and it does work, but for big bobbins, not so great. It's the bobbins are too heavy for it. So, but it does work great for the smaller size of these and for like shuttle bobbins. It works great for that too. So I usually I'll just use my kick spindle with my hand. I may actually kick it, but it tires out the joint in my my hip joints actually. So I'm gonna do this and then I will show you the bobbin once I have all the yarn put on. It's gonna be the opposite layers of the other one. So this one's gonna have green on the outside. All right, I will see you in a bit. Okay, so I'm done. That's really pretty. All right, so look at that. This one definitely has more. I mean, you can see it. I'm not surprised. That normally happens. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to weigh them individually. I did take an empty bobbin and weighed it, so I can subtract the difference. So let's do this one first. So 4.27. And, oh, huh, not that big of a difference, 4.34. Of course, now I have to do some math, and I have to do it on paper because, you know, I'm using my phone. 4, so that doesn't seem right. 1.41 ounces. So, oh, this is kind of heavy. These things are heavy. This is 2.93 ounces. Wow. So the bobbin is the heaviest thing. That's okay. That's right, because it is split in half. So yeah, I guess that would be right. 3 and then 1.37. Okay, so this one is 1.37 and this one's 1.41. So not that huge of a difference. And the other thing I realized today, so when I mentioned on day 1, my Scotch tension thing had, you know, is dead. And my delivery is coming tomorrow, and I was thinking I would have to wait from the woolery. I was thinking I was gonna have to wait to start applying, but then I just remembered the Kiwi's tension is different than for the regular. I mean, the super flyer is different than for the regular Kiwi bobbins. Let me just get off the floor. Woo! Oh, snap crackle. Let me straighten up. Oh, I should probably raise my camera, but I feel like fudging with it right now. Anyway, so this is, you get a different, what do you call this? Thing that goes around the wheel. Sorry, I'm losing my terms. Goes around the wheel and it goes around the bobbin. Whereas the smaller one, take this off. I have to take it off anyway because that has to go on. So with the other one, this fish wire tension thing goes around the bobbin, and the cord goes around this part and around the wheel. And for those of you who are pros at spinning or have been spinning on wheels for a while, like, you know, that this is for people that, thankfully, thank you for watching my channel still, if you're still with me, that are not spinners. And just to explain my tidbit of information, I don't know a whole lot, but that much I do know, at least about my wheel. So I don't actually have to wait for my delivery. I can actually start plying today. So I think I will start plying today, since I don't need the tension band. Whoa. And while I'm thinking about, well, while I'm spinning, I guess while I'm down here, I might as well, since I'm still down here on the floor. Okay, let's move some things out the way here. I usually put this away in a corner with the pointy part inward, because I do have a dog whose face is like that height, and I don't want him taking his eyeballs out or anything. That would be very, very bad. So we don't want my dog injured. I mean, I'm sure he would do, you know, everything to avoid it. But sometimes this run becomes a bit of an obstacle course, and he likes to sit on this beanbag chair right here. Yeah. that I've used all of 5 times. It's not what I thought it was going to be when I got it. And I had that, and I got it from Amazon, and it's like, I'm not going to try to send this back. I'll just figure it out. And then a couple of years later, we got our dog, and he loves it. So we deemed it his perch because he can look out the window and put paws all over, paw marks and things all over the window when he sees dogs go by. And he has a little tizzy. So now I need to decide, what do I want to do next? I'm thinking I will go ahead and work on the next what am I trying to say? Stick with the tweed theme for now. Yeah, I'm gonna stick with the tweed theme. And you know what I realized? I have more tweed, so I might not actually do this. Because I was looking at this other wool up here. Let me show you. I was on a tweed kick. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? And here is another one, I think. Walnuts. Now, is this one tweedy? Yeah, it's a little, yeah, it is. I see that that's kind of tweedy. So I got that one, that one. Hair in my mouth. Ugh. These are not tweed, but aren't they pretty? And this one's pretty tweedy, I would say, also. So I think that's what I'm going to do, is just stick with this theme of spinning the tweed rovings that I have. Because why not? Yep. So we will get to that. But yeah, so I'm gonna pop these in here. That's look at that. That is a monster. This is 1 pound for sure. Look at that. That's gonna take a minute. This is gonna take a minute to do, for sure. This one is 8 ounces. And this one is probably 4. Oh, let me tell you where I got these from, since I'm here. This is from Walnut Farms Design, and Taste the Rainbow, South American wool and viscose, 80% South American wool and 20% viscose tweed. And this is from also Walnut Farm Designs, excuse me. And Panning for Gold, 40% merino wool, 35% South American wool, 15% bamboo, and 10% viscose tweed. All right, and then this one is from Rhubarb Crumble. And this one is 62.5% of Polworth wool and 37.5 wool and viscose net blend. So does that mean it's not a tweed? It looks tweedy to me. So anyway, I'm gonna keep it in there. And then again, these tweed tops. So we have gray, blue, and pink, and they are each 4 ounces a piece. So that's a lot. So that's gonna be like what, like 1.5 pounds. Oh my, that's okay. We can do this. We can do this. I'm gonna do it. So I think I am gonna go ahead and start plying this up today. Hopefully get it done today. I have to work the next 2 days, so I don't know how much spinning I will get done, but I will be thinking about, one, do I want to split these, mix them, like blend them before I spin them? I feel like this might have been the first time I actually truly spun a full top combed wool without blending it. I like to play on my blending board and I haven't done that in a while. So I am debating if I want to blend these a little bit or do them straight from the top. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. So I'm going to think about it, or I could do a combination. I could, because, you know, it's all going to get plied together eventually. So I could either just spin it, like separate them, obviously, split it out as even as possible, each bag, and spin it like I did these, or blend them and then spin them, and then actually apply the two together, because when you think about it, this right here is 12 ounces. That's still a lot. And then do the same thing or do something maybe straightforward with this one, but have basically end up with two different skeins of yarn, because if I split these down the middle, it's still going to give me quite a bit of wool to blend, to spin and ply together for each set. So that's some things to think about. Yeah. So I'm off the weekend, so I'm not sure when I'm going to actually start spinning this, but I need to make a decision before I start spinning it, at least for the first batch, and then maybe whatever I decide once I'm done with that first batch, I will figure out what to do with the second batch. Yep. All right, let me set up my wheel and get it ready to start playing. All right. I think this is going to be my video for today. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. Hey, if you have some suggestions as to what to do with these colors, should I mix and match, or like blend it, or just spin it straight forward? Yeah, just like I'm open to suggestions. Yeah, if you could like put it in a comment, I'd appreciate that. Thank you so much. And if you like my video, I'd appreciate a thumbs up, and you can share it with some friends or whatever. You don't have to, but nonetheless, whatever you do, thank you for watching if you're still with me this far. All right, until tomorrow, have a great day. Bye.